I'm a few minutes early. That's fine. You know, I'm waiting for people to get here. But yeah, I can't be eating on camera and chewing and talking. Like I can't do both. I can't eat and be present and give you a good show. And I'm sorry I was a little bit late. But yeah, I wasn't gonna give you that kind of show because I don't even feel comfortable recording that. I know the playback is gonna be trash with me sitting there with a bowl of rice, chewing and just doing the most. Anywho, I have a couple things that I want to talk about today. Hi, welcome in. Today, I want to talk about Lyme disease. I want to just give you guys more information about that because I've been talking about that. I've been noticing some like just too many people have Lyme disease in Hollywood, and some people have sent me some tips on like on social media, like in my comments. I want to talk about how I've noticed advancements in medicine and modern medicine. I want to talk about Beyonce Act 3 predictions. I want to talk about the lab grown salmon and the FDA. I want to talk about Ozempic. People are saying that they're getting sick. Hi, welcome in. I want to talk about the economy, and we might get into Sha'Carri. So just a little bit, just lightly. Okay. The thing I don't like, I want more people to be like in my group on Instagram or in my Discord. That way I can like alert you guys immediately when I do something, because when I post on YouTube that I'm going live, or when I post on Instagram, like the algorithm has to like, you know, I'm relying on the algorithm too much to get you to get you the message, when if you were like in my Discord or in my Instagram group, I could alert you ASAP. Something to think about, just depending on if you are in the Discord or in the Instagram group. But I try to talk to you guys in these groups, and some of y'all are quiet. I welcome in you guys. Okay, let's go ahead and just start off with the economy. What's up, Fireman? Y'all will get here when y'all get here. This will be up for replay. It's a better live. So let's just go ahead and get into it. Okay, somebody said we live in a treat-based economy. We do. Here in the US, we do. When they feel like where everyone at, they're getting here. It's 8:30, so they're gonna start pouring in. I came back a few minutes early. I came back at like 8:26. So I've just been like letting y'all roll in. But thank you, Dion, for coming back. I told, like when I started off, I said I wasn't gonna have a live up with me eating on camera. That's so tacky. You don't have IG? Hey, what's up, Fireman? That's okay. Well, I don't know if you have Discord. If you don't have IG, you might not have Discord. Thank God I have moderators. I don't have time for this. But it's still good that you're here. Thank you for being here. Emia? Sorry if I'm saying it wrong. Thank you for being here. Okay, I want to start off talking about real life. The economy. Yes, we live in a treat-based economy in America, because somebody was saying like when the economy is getting bad and they want to keep you comfortable, distracted, and don't want to risk you uprising or rising up, they give you treats, and that is true. Back in 2008, Obama, whenever he was elected, what did he give people? The stimmy. Trump, COVID, PPP loans, and stimmy. This time, like somebody pointed out, they gave you Love Island, they gave you Labubu's, and they gave you Dubai chocolate. That is so true. Because the algorithm, right? So on TikTok, the algorithm was talking about, I can't find a job, ain't no jobs, the economy, unemployment. I've been 6 months without a job, 8 months without a job, a year without a job. Some people, unfortunately, even longer. Don't quit your job. Just people have been talking about the job thing. I can't get a job. Nobody will hire me. Automatic rejections, AI in the resumes, all these things. And I feel like, they were like, okay, it's getting too hot. You know what I'm saying? People are starting to talk about too much real shit. They're starting to, you know what I mean? Like reality is setting in. So what did they do? They gave you Labubu's. They gave you Dubai Chocolate. They gave you Love Island. Once Love Island came out, they made sure to push that through the algorithm heavily. Hey, what's up, Kent? Glad you're back. Thank y'all for being patient with me tonight. People started going crazy over Love Island. I have tea. And then all of a sudden there's like this Labubu craze, and it's being pushed mainly by celebrities and influencers, which should let you know that they're demonic. Who are these people? Whatever. The Dubai chocolate too. It's chocolate with what? Pistachio and some other things. People were doing too much over the chocolate. So they gave you, those are just a couple things to name. Thank you, Can't. Those are just a couple things to name, but they gave you treats. They gave you, sorry you guys, they gave you treats so you would shut the fuck up. And so you wouldn't keep whining about jobs and economies. They gave you Love Island to cope. Thank you, G Money. They gave you demonic little shitty La Poo Poo dolls to keep you distracted. They treat people like kids. They're like, here's a toy, ho. Here's a chocolate, a TV show, and a toy. Candy, a toy, and a TV show. Hush. And I don't see people whining as much. Hi, welcome, hello from Poland. Okay, I'm gonna make a short about that too, because I don't like, hi Theo. Okay, let's go ahead and start off talking. I wanna go ahead and just start off with Sha'Carri. I wanna get her off my list. Whatever story that's coming out about her is manufactured. I think I've covered her briefly. Whatever story that's coming out about her is manufactured. Sha'Carri has to like play the game, get a record, get an arrest record. She already got in trouble with the smoking. Like, come on, it's rituals. Ever since she did that, she's been famous. Ever since she did that, the industry has welcomed her and she's been getting endorsement deals. I mean, come on, it was obvious. It's obvious that it's a ritual. With any other athlete, if they would have popped positive for weed at the Olympics, hi, Ms. Asia. Hey, from TikTok. I feel like you're from TikTok. My first live. Hi, welcome in. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you made it. Yes, see, I remember my people. I'm sorry I'm looking a little rough. I worked out twice today and I did like a sweat session, and so my hair, my blowout is like done. But tomorrow, I'm gonna give you guys some hair content because everybody's like, your hair, and I'm gonna make some content about that. So I'm excited for that tomorrow. I've been promising you guys, like, hair content is coming soon. And this morning I woke up and I was like, get to it. Make it happen. No more excuses, make it happen. So I'm gonna be making it happen tomorrow. Okay. Anywho, yeah, Sha'Carri, if any other athlete would have got busted for weed at the Olympics, we would never hear from them again. But she did that. It became a huge story. And next thing you know, she's being, again, welcomed with open arms by celebrities in Hollywood. And, you know, she got the Beats by Dre deal, and I think they used a Kanye song in the commercial. And, you know, it was just obvious that it was Illuminati rituals. Did you go to the sauna? Okay, I'm going to tell you guys what I've been doing. I have gone to saunas. I went to a sauna like 2 weeks ago. I like the sauna, but nothing makes me sweat like sitting in a hot car. So what I did, I just like, I worked out, and then when I drove home, I just didn't put the AC on. I live in Texas, and I sweat. I have leather seats. To me, the seats were fine, but like sometimes I'll like lay a towel down and just like literally sit in the back seat of my car and just sweat. It works. There's like the way that I sweat in my car is crazy. Cause like after literally, like when I went to the sauna, I did sweat. I did sweat, but it took me longer to crack a heavy sweat. When I'm in my vehicle, I start sweating. If there's no AC, I start sweating immediately. Like, and so that's why I just sit in my car now. I mean, I don't mind like going to the studio. I like going to the studio. I like going to a sauna studio. But I could also like lay in the backseat of my car, put a towel on the seats, and just sweat it out there too, like with spending no money. And sweat faster and sweat more, like really pour sweat. Like when I took off my shirt when I came back home, it was uncomfortable to take it off because, you know, like the shirt, like the moment I stepped out of the car, like the cold, like, you know, like the air, I was like, ooh. And like the shirt was completely soaked. And like, but that's what I needed. There's nothing like sweating. It really works. So I feel a lot better after a sweat session. So that's what I did today. But anywho, yeah, Sha'Carri was like welcomed in by the industry right after the weed situation. It's like they congratulated her for bad behavior. Do you see? They did. They congratulated her. They rewarded her for fucking up. And then her mom died. That all popped off because her mom died. She's at the Olympics, her mom dies, smokes weed, gets busted, boom. Makes stories all over the place, Beats commercial. So obviously ritualistic. And this whatever situation with her putting her hands on her boyfriend and getting a domestic violence charge or whatever, more rituals, more, she's going up levels. And it's like one of those things where it's like the higher up you go in their game, the lower you actually are going in reality. Okay, so because like that's what I was telling you guys, like they want to make you a criminal. The whole point is so like you can't leave. It's a cult. So it's not like, oh, I don't like this no more, I'm about to dip. You're not about to leave. Not without dying. When people think that they want to leave the industry, they die. Because you signed a blood contract. You don't get to just walk away when you want to walk away. And a good way to keep somebody stuck is to fuck up their life with crime. Because like look at April Jones, Omarion's baby mama. She's working a regular 9 to 5 right now because she can. They have people, again, if you have a criminal record, you can't just go be a radiology tech. No, who's gonna want to fucking hire you with a record? Which is why the music industry is the home of the criminal, because it's a lot of people in the music industry who used to sell drugs, or you know what I'm saying, who were involved with crime, and now they can't get a real job, so they start rapping. They start rapping because this is like their last train to Paris. And if you already have a criminal record, it's easy to manipulate you. It's easy to, you know, twist your arm because you have a bad record. So where the fuck you about to work? This is your last shot. And so people can exploit that. And the industry does exploit that. Like, and you have people like Jay Prince, allegedly Jay-Z. I mean, it's a lot of fake gangsters in the industry, and it's a lot of real gangsters. Thank you, Dion. Dion be on it. I really appreciate you, Dion, because tonight I don't even feel like giving. I'm too tired. Like, the trolls gonna troll. But yes, crime and scandals do go hand in hand. You know what I mean? Imagine like somebody finally does hire you after you looking for a job for 2 or 3 years, you have a bad record. You're not trying to lose that job. And the industry is like that. It's full of fake pimps and fake gangsters and real pimps and real gangsters who really will hurt you and who really will unalive you. But the whole goal is, again, if everybody dirty, then where you about to go? And what's another thing? Another thing here, let me put you on timeout. I don't know why you're here. Another thing is, like I was mentioning, like blackmail. Like, if I have dirt on you and you have dirt on me and we all got, it's like, then where are we going? That's the industry. So it's all about getting you tied up in crime. That's why I was saying, whether it's, public crime or whether it's private crime. Hi, Stan. Public crime, like, oh, you got a DUI. Oh, you got a domestic violence charge. Public crime. Private crime is the African, the Anina Gnome, the pizza. You know what I'm saying? That's the stuff that will land you on an island or on a list. That's the private crime. And those are the serious crimes that they definitely will blackmail you about to keep you under control. So the industry is all about, the industry in itself is a criminal, satanic organization. We know this. So whatever's going on with Sha'Carri is just more rituals, and it's sad. She's young. It's sad. Okay. I want to touch on Ozempic. People are saying that Ozempic is making them sick. There's something going on in Hollywood with people's health. Oh, Lord. Because I saw another creator, thank you, Dion. I had to time out a couple people. Some people up in here are losing the plot. But when it comes to Ozempic, I had noticed, like, I knew something was up because I'm like, okay, all of a sudden, like, okay, we're past the point of just diet and exercise. We're past the point of like extreme detoxes and extreme diets. We're at the point where everybody is so fucking lazy that they want to either fly to another city or another country to get their body done, or they want to just take a drug and just be slim. And it's just sad. It's sad. It's like, damn, you don't even love yourself enough to really invest in yourself. You even treat yourself like a microwave TV dinner. But they don't see it like that. They think investing in themselves is giving a doctor in another fucking country money, thousands of dollars, flying back, hurting, bleeding, leaking. You know what I mean? This is what they want to do. They want to fucking do all this weird shit. Or they want to go to Miami and, still get jugged up and stuffed and tucked and then, head home and just do the most. When all you had to do was like just change your eating habits, because you know what? Sorry. You know what? It's like, and then what kills me is they always want to work out after the surgery. Hi, Craigie. They always want to work out after the surgery. And it's like, you could have been working out. Now you're out of thousands of dollars when you could have put that money into going to Whole Foods, getting a membership at a good gym, and Like, I mean, I already told you guys, you know, I don't work out at the gym. I was telling you guys about when I go to the sauna. Like, I try to keep, because you don't need to spend a lot of money to have a great body and have great health. But it's a lot of clowns in the world, and people just want to take all these random drugs. What do they have? They have Wegovy, they have Ozempic, they have Monjaro. It's like, y'all injecting shit into your body that's made for diabetics, and you don't know what you're doing. It's really weird. But, you know, a lot of people in Hollywood, Ozempic, 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 and I'm just like, look, there's more to it. The way that Hollywood is promoting it, and they want you to believe that everybody is on Ozempic, and that's influencing average everyday people to get on Ozempic, and you know what I mean, and to take these weird drugs for weight loss. It's like, I know this ain't of God. I know there's something in the milk ain't clean. I know this shit is not right. And they got people who be on Ozempic and they look sick. So it's like, are you really taking Ozempic? Somebody said Scott Disick was on Ozempic, and Ozempic, well, Scott looked like he wasn't on Ozempic. He did look thinner, but it looked like Coke or something bad. He looked very sick. I was like, that's not Ozempic. I've been seeing that. Like, it's too many people, they don't Ozempic, and it's like, you look bad. Is it you lying? You saying it's Ozempic, but you doing something else. The devil created this matrix. This is all his idea. Like, this is why it sucks. That's just the truth. I know people think that humans do bad things. Humans do stupid things and bad things, but yeah, I know. I mean, and you know what? People who run around saying my body, my choice are the main ones. They only use that rhetoric when it comes to doing bad things. That's their defense. That's like the way that they deflect. When they go terminate a pregnancy because they were irresponsible, they say my body, my choice. When they want to go let somebody that they've only met twice operate on them, they say my body, my choice. When they take vitamins and go to the gym and, you know, do the right thing and eat right, you never hear people like that saying my body, my choice. Eating right is a choice. Eating Popeyes is a choice. Going to the gym is a choice. Sitting on your ass all day is a choice. I hate people who have a hard time taking accountability. Whatever. But yeah, the Ozempic is weird. It's a lot of people who keep saying, oh, I'm on Ozempic, and it's like, bitch, if that's Ozempic, show me crack. Because somebody lying. Speaking of medicine, thank you, Stan. Speaking of medicine and like blood and disorders, we're going to talk about a couple things today as it pertains to the medical industry. I think I want to start talking about, let's get into what I'm noticing with people curing diseases. I'm noticing that there's a lot of, there's a rise in like different countries either curing things or making a vaccine for things. So Japan deletes the chromosome that causes Down syndrome. Russia has a cancer vaccine, and South Africa has a cure for HIV. Yes, you can't. And I'm realizing that too. You know, like I'm like, you guys, I don't know. I mean, I don't show my body online, but I'm very slim. And you see me eating, you know, eating right. I told you guys I worked out twice a day. Like, just because you're slim doesn't mean that you're healthy. Like, I have to put in work to maintain, because I like to sometimes. And that's not the best thing for you to be doing health-wise. And I realize I need to less, and you know, the sauna really makes a difference. Less sugar makes a difference. No gluten makes a difference. No dairy makes a difference. No red meat makes a difference. Like all these shitty things that, hey, what's that, Fly York City? You know, all these things that are like normalized in Western society actually destroy your health. And they've taken they've taken their toll on my health, and I've had to put in the work. Because even when your metabolism doesn't get, you know, slowed down by what you're eating, the bad food and the drinking and the smoking, it will manifest in other ways. You have to take care of you. So I just noticed, okay, all these countries are curing things, and they're curing diseases, and they're like coming up with vaccines. That's interesting. You know, somebody did say that in like after 2030, or like in the future, when children are born, they will be injected with about 100 vaccines. That is so nuts. I can't even imagine that. I can't even imagine that. That is insane. You know, I think that there's cures for all diseases, but science, or, you know, politicians will release the cure to the public when it benefits them. So I'm not jumping for joy at any of these announcements. I want to see them actually be implemented onto the masses and be successful before I jump for joy. You know, anybody can write a headline saying anything. But I also just do question it, because it's like, okay, so now you guys want to cure all these diseases. So you must have a you know, an interest in why you want to do it. And maybe these countries are doing it because maybe they have free healthcare. Maybe it's nothing more to it. Maybe I'm American and I'm so used to living in a country where everybody's a greedy bastard and wants to put a price on your life and a price on your health. So maybe I can't even fathom people legitimately wanting to give you a free vaccine to cure cancer and HIV and Down syndrome and shit like that. But also, all governments are corrupt. So I just want to wait and see how this pans out. But I do find it interesting how 3 countries, South Africa, Japan, and Russia, have all dealt with very serious health ailments, again, such as Down syndrome, cancer, and HIV. That's very interesting. That hit me today. I've been posting, I already told you guys, if you don't follow me on Instagram, go check it out, because I'm always on Instagram posting on my stories. Let's get into the real fun stuff now. Let's get on, why does everybody in Hollywood have Lyme disease? I want to take things a little bit further than I did last time, because I have new information. So somebody commented on my TikTok, and they said that they don't have Lyme disease, they have Kuru. Before I really get deep into this, a lot of times Lyme disease is caused by ticks. Getting bit by a tick can give you Lyme disease. But these are people, because Lyme disease is a blood-borne illness. I think that's like comes from like a bacteria. But most of these people are not actively hunting and in the woods and camping. So it's like these people have access. These people are always on flights and meetings, vacations, dinner parties, shopping. Like, when the fuck has Bella Hadid had time to, you know, roam the woods deep enough to get bit by a tick? And her brother and her mom. Like, that's interesting. That is very interesting. The fact that a lot of people in her family have Lyme disease. You know, I think there's other ways to get it, but I know a lot of times it comes from ticks. Somebody said, hey, what's up? Somebody said that they have Kuru. Kuru spelled like Kuru. Somebody commented that on TikTok. They said they don't have Lyme disease, they have Kuru. And Kuru is a disease that you get from cannibalism. I also bring this up because, and I believe that it can be passed down to your children. I also brought this all up because, again, I remember American Horror Story Red Tide, where the main character's wife, Doris, was talking about Lyme disease. And so I'm thinking, that season was talking about vampires and Lyme disease. And then Lyme disease was mentioned on Leave the World Behind. So that's just, my mind just thought back to that. And that's why I made this short. And people who know that I'm onto something. So somebody said Kuru, and then somebody said that they got the package. They're saying that the symptoms of Lyme disease and the symptoms of the package are similar, and that these people go to these freak offs, or they're doing high class escorting like Bella and Gigi Hadid on the yachts. They go on these yachts and they go to these parties and these freak offs, and they have a bunch of unprotected sex because they are, again, either participating in rituals or they're escorts. And that other person said too, they could be getting it again through drinking people's life force, or they're getting it through drug use. Like somebody mentioned Justin Bieber, he be on that shit. So those are all very interesting theories. Ugh. To be honest, I believe both. I believe that there's truth to both. I already talked to you guys about all the girls who were at the Diddy freak offs and the escorts, the girls and the guys. I think that they're all burning. I mean, it has come out that Cassie and Diddy both have that herpes. Usher had to settle a case for somebody accusing him of giving them herpes. It's been rumored, Derek Jeter supposedly has herpes, allegedly. Derek Jeter, Jessica Alba, so like Derek Jeter has dated a bunch of different women. So yikes. They say NBA YoungBoy has, the herp too. And the list goes on and on. They're saying that Rihanna has it. They're saying that Rihanna got it from Jay-Z and that's why Chris Brown spazzed on her. I don't know, you guys. Like, hi Blicky, good to see you. All I'm saying is there's a lot of rumors that people in the industry have the herp. But I think that there's truth to that, totally. But I also believe that a lot of people in the industry have the package. More than you know. I mean, Charlie Sheen has it. People forget that. Charlie Sheen has the package. A lot of people do. They just don't tell you. And they take their medicine and they just feel like, they don't know. No, people be having the package. You can't keep messing with men and women and like going to freak offs and wilding out unprotected and think that nothing's gonna happen to you. You can't keep drinking people's red juice and thinking that everything's gonna be good. Which is why you shouldn't even get into that. Just like people who like inject, drugs. It's like, why are you injecting drugs? You literally don't have to do that. Like, you're just making a weird, stupid choice. Like, you're a weirdo. If you inject drugs, something's wrong with you. There's no need for you to do that to get high. You're just gross. That shit is so dangerous. Blicky is like that. I'm flattered. He's a nice guy. Okay. So I believe that some of them have Kuru, and I believe that some of them do have the house in Virginia. I do believe that Diddy has the house in Virginia. And I believe that a lot of bitches who messed with him have the house in Virginia. Diddy was messing with a bunch of dudes too. I think that they have it too. I think a lot of people in the industry have a house in Virginia. I just do. I think Kim Porter had the house in Virginia. Cassie probably got it. Like, Diddy is sadistic. So I believe it. But I just feel like something ain't right. Y'all niggas can't all have Lyme disease. Like, stop. It's not Lyme disease, but there's a reason why they're announcing it. That's why I'm like, I know that there's something wrong here, because why do you feel the need to announce to the world that you're sick? And so I feel like there's something to it with them announcing that they have this disease. And you know, I keep telling people, if you're a groupie or an escort, you need to stop, especially in Hollywood. Start running behind famous niggas, rich niggas in Hollywood, entertainers, because a lot of times their booty hole is blown out, and their booty hole is blown out, and they probably got that package. They ran through. They mess with other men because they're freaked out. They're doing it unprotected. Like, they're just too far gone. Like, I don't know why women are still running behind industry niggas. They're like mostly gay. So what do you want? A bag is not that serious. Fuck that. So yeah, if somebody lying, all these hoes do not have cannibalism, or do not have, excuse me, Lyme disease. They're telling us that they got Lyme disease because they need to, whatever they've done. What I really am trying to say here is, whatever they've done, they have to tell us. Yeah, they are. They're weirdos, Blicky, but well, you know, they're, what is it called? The karmic law of retribution. So they've done something that to where they need to announce, oh, I have Lyme disease. You know what I mean? And that's why I do believe that, yeah, some of y'all got Kuru, and some of y'all got the house. The package, you know, that just keeps on getting delivered. So there's something weird with that, with the Lyme disease shit. Okay, let's get into Jeff Bezos and the lab-grown salmon and lab-grown meat. So I did cover that a little bit. Let's elaborate though. So I posted and I covered that the FDA approved lab-grown salmon. And I was just like, this is really getting out of hand. Like, they're really making all this fake meat. And in the video, I was telling you guys in the short, it's like, you know, they don't even want to. Right now, we're eating chemically treated food. We're eating hormone induced food. We're eating food that is, you know, again, hormones, growth hormones. Some of the food I think is clone. We're eating like highly processed chemical concoctions now, but they want it to where you don't eat anything real. There's not even a semblance of real nourishment in the food. It's all made in a lab, which is insane. So the FDA approved the lab-grown salmon, and I covered a couple months back on TikTok that Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez have invested in. They have Jeff Bezos mainly. He has what, the Bezos Lab Fund or something, where he's like investing or funding a university, I believe, to research into lab grown meat. But I believe he wants to make like 3D printed or like lab grown steaks or something. So there's an agenda for us to eat all fake food. And that's going to do nothing but cause more health ailments. The end game is to turn us into robots. They do want to depopulate as well. But for those who manage to stay alive, they want everybody with the chip. That's what I've been telling you guys. So imagine you, because if does a robot need real food? No. But they want to merge humans and robots, and you won't need real food. You'll look human, but you'll be like a bot in the inside. And so they want to chip you, and they want to have you eat fake food and just have a whole fake human experience while they play with your consciousness to control you. Like, that's what it's giving. Jeff, I told you guys, look, There's a reason why people like Jeff Bezos and what's his name? He wants you to have kids to keep you poor. And then he's going to kill those kids through capitalism. Or he can convince those children to get the chip. Like, especially because if they feel like you're old and useless and worthless and you don't, like, people talk about age discrimination in the job market. So they want to get rid of like the old, aching, ailing people, come up with some new babies, chip those new babies, feed the agenda. That's why I told you he's having kids. Right. They need slaves. They need slaves. They need test subjects. They need people to get the chip. They need people to get the chip. That's what this is all about. Merging humans with technology via the chip, via Neuralink. Okay. So Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates, mainly Bill Gates, they have all of these, but both of them. Notice how both of them have a vested interest into food. Bill Gates, I think he bought the Bragg company, like that sells apple cider vinegar, and I think he bought them or he supplies apples to them now. Like there's something going on there. Or either like Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom, like they're in something with Bragg apple cider vinegar. I remember, and Katy Perry, Bill Gates, and Orlando Bloom are like all in on it. But Bill Gates owns like a bunch of farmland, and it's because he has, thank you, Jesus King, because he has a vested interest in modifying the food. Like when I made that video today about this, somebody stitched it on TikTok and was saying that we're eating like brown-mulated wheat, and that's why I stopped eating wheat, because it's just affecting me. It's affecting me terribly. That's why I was saying earlier I don't eat gluten anymore, because that's part of why I'm like drinking tea and stuff like that. Like gluten was messing me up. So I can't do any more gluten. The dairy has so many hormones in it. They're saying that the chicken is giving people PCOS, which is a hormonal disorder for women. So they're saying that the chicken is processed. They're saying, the water is tampered with. Like, it's serious. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's something truly going on here, because I told you guys, men are becoming more and more feminine. Even genetically, they're shorter, they're skinnier, they're scrawny, they don't have big male bones. The men are being born like bad bitches, or like androgynous. Like they're just not masculine and manly and tough and rough. And it's because the water supply, the bitch ass food, and there's an agenda to make the food even more and more and more fake. And it's like, imagine that, they say you are what you eat. So if you keep eating a bunch of fake ass food, you a fake ass person. I don't know about the thing with the sugar. I mean, I just feel like with these people, I can't really be like, again, ecstatic about when they do announce that they've done something good, because it's just like, I just feel like there's always a catch. But I'm glad you brought that up, because again, like with the vaccines and the cures, and you're talking about the real sugar and the Coke, I feel like there's still like a, again, a catch. Like, because it's like you go so long being evil and doing wrong. So why do you want to do the right thing now, Nothing will surprise me. The energy drinks are really bad for you. A lot of times you just need sleep and water, or you're just you like, all that bullshit is crazy. Like, The energy drinks are weird. I don't drink them. I used to drink Red Bull as a kid, but as an adult, hell no. I'm not drinking that bullshit. Okay. So with the meat though, they want fake people eating fake food. They want us in a fake world. They want everybody chipped in a fake world. Like with the metaverse, like your avatar and the fake real estate and the fake clothing for your avatar, and then you're gonna be eating fake food. Like it's just crazy. And then they want get everybody. Again, just chipped and being weird. Okay. I feel two ways about it, Dion. Um, I feel like people on Snap should be able to enjoy junk food, especially if they have kids. Like, kids want candy, kids want chips. I think moderation is fine. They're children. On another hand, I mean, the food is bad for you. Um, Healthy food is not that cheap. I don't think eating healthy has to be the most expensive thing. I don't know. I feel two ways, I guess. Because just because you have money, I mean, there are people who got money who still eat bullshit. So, but they can also afford to eat healthy if they want to. So I think that the best way to handle that situation is just to make organic food more accessible and more affordable. Like, period. At least give them the option to do better. But I mean, I just don't like this idea that poor people deserve nothing. I don't like this idea that because somebody is poor or doesn't have a lot of money, that they don't deserve to eat Cheetos, that they don't deserve to have love and housing and a car. I just don't like that. I don't like that idea. I think that's really capitalist. Oh, because you work at a gas station, you have to, eat. Like, I'm just saying. I just think if, people need an outlet. Food is an outlet. You know what I mean? It's not crack. It's not Coke. I could see them banning. I don't know if you can buy alcohol with Snap. Can you? If you can, they need to ban buying alcohol. You don't need to be drinking if you're broke. But if you want, because alcohol is expensive, but if you want a bag of hot Cheetos, I don't think that's a bad idea. Like, I just think it's rude to be like, oh, you're poor, you don't deserve a soda. Yeah, you shouldn't be buying alcohol with Snap. But I just feel like, we need to get our humanity back. Like, I'm just not that kind of person that's like, oh, you can't have this and you can't have that. It's like, people need to eat, people need to enjoy life. Sometimes you just want a bag of hot Cheetos. Like, it doesn't need to be a big fucking deal. Oh, you can't have hot Cheetos because you make $15 an hour. Like, you're such a fucking capitalist. You have no humanity. Let the people eat. They're already going through a hard time. And again, just because you rich and you make a lot of money doesn't mean that you don't fucking want hot Cheetos. They got rich people who eat Popeyes all the time on private jets. They want to eat Popeyes. Like, people gotta stop. Okay. But with the food, yeah, this food, I'm scared. Because if this is how, okay, the food. So the men are looking more feminine and the girls are going through puberty earlier. They're getting PCOS. They're having hormonal disorders. And if this is how it is now, I can't imagine in 20 years what the human species will look like and will feel like and will be like health-wise. I can't even imagine it. Okay, that's scary. And I think people are like, what should we do? Move out of the country or start growing your own food, because you won't even be able to trust, unless they label this stuff, you won't even be able to trust the food at the grocery store. They want to make lab grown salmon, they want to make lab grown meat. And that is like, they want to make the raw food fake. So it's like, where will you shop? What will you buy? And I'm sure it will be cheaper to make that. So there again, it's gonna be like a class thing. And I told you guys this. I said food is becoming a luxury. Okay? They've been showing you this. This is why you see so many designer brands opening up cafes and coffee shops and restaurants, because food is becoming a luxury. And so for those who are poor, they will have to eat lab grown food. For those who have money, they will be able to afford real food. The class divide is getting just that thick. Period. It's getting crazy. I'm going to wrap this up with Beyonce Act 3 predictions. So, what do you guys think? I did cover that earlier. I'm crossing stuff out on my list. I did cover that earlier. Yeah, people say that when they go to Europe that they can eat the bread there. Like people who are gluten-free in the US, they say it's not the gluten. They say that it's all the other chemicals, but that the gluten is being blamed for why the bread is causing inflammation. But I'm hearing that when people go to Europe that they can eat bread and they feel fine and they still lose weight. And it's because the wheat itself is not fucked up. It's not, because I went to several doctors. I've talked to you guys on the podcast about this. I've gone to several doctors. I did not get real answers until I went to a Chinese medicine doctor who looked at me from the lens of a traditional Chinese medicine practice. And she's the one who told me, like, who was able to give me a diagnosis and gave me, treatment that worked. And bread is a problem, because even when I was going through symptoms, I was eating sourdough bread, wheat bread, and I'm like, I'm not feeling any better. I'm not feeling any better. I'm eating rye bread, pumpernickel. I'm eating all the healthy breads. And I'm like, I'm not feeling better. I'm not feeling better. I'm not feeling better. The moment I drop bread, feel better instantly. And I can eat rice. I can eat corn. I can eat potatoes. These are other forms of carbs. But anything with gluten, I cannot have. It makes me feel like shit. So there's something wrong with the food here. And it's only getting worse. But anywho, Beyonce Act 3. So speaking of all of this stuff, I think that Beyonce Act 3 is again predicting uprising, uproar, revolution, rebellion. People are saying that too. I said the words rebellion on the short, but people are saying the Act 3 is going to be revolting. You know what I mean? And let me tell you how I feel like this. So Act 1 was Renaissance, aliens. Act 2, Cowboy Carter, cowboys and aliens. A fight. So what's next? A fight. And so allegedly we're getting rock music. And I was saying to you guys, rock music is all about, again, like chaos, resistance, rebellion, you know what I mean? It's like, hi, Michelle, good to see you. Yeah, allegedly they're having money problems. I don't care about them having money problems. Because the truth of the matter is, whether they have money problems or not, Beyonce is still gonna go tour. Jay-Z is her boss. She's gonna have to go to work whether she got money issues or not. I do think that Jay-Z is the one fucking up the money. And I believe that he's just using and pimping his wife to like go just, she's his machine. And it's sad to see. It really, really is. So yeah, I just think, oh, okay. You become mod. Thank you, Michelle. So with Act 3, again, when I was saying, like, when people talk about, again, cowboys and aliens and cowboys, and yeah, you're welcome, cowboys and Indians, is usually again, like a versus situation. And so I just think, the next chapter is going to be showing, like, what that battle looks like. And that's why I said, again, rock music is, just rock as a whole is all about, again, going against the regime, going against the system, going against the status quo. And so, again, the uprising. And I just feel like the timing of everything is on point because, again, the economy is crashing. Things are going on in Washington. You know what I mean? Like the world, the whole world right now is going through economic collapse, not just America. And the Eat the Rich movement is growing in numbers. People are tired of being exploited. We're talking about late stage capitalism. We're talking about the dollar crashing. We're talking about one world governments. We're talking about, like technocracy. We're talking about Project Bluebeam. My favorite thing in the world to do, I like to create. I wish I could create like art all day. The markets are insane. Unemployment's crazy. The world is really, really going through it right now on an economic and financial standpoint. So when people don't have any money and they can't eat, they can't find a job, people rise up. The wealth gap continues to widen, and people are fucking fed up. So it's only a matter of time before people snap out of the Love Island, haze. The Labubus, they get tired of playing with them, and the Dubai chocolate gets old, and they start to act a fucking fool. So let's just see what new tricks and treats that they throw people. Because remember, I started off saying that we live in a treat-based economy. But I feel like, the worse things get, how many treats does it take to keep you ignoring that the world around you is crashing? So I just think Act 3 will definitely be rock music, and I don't know what she'll be singing about, but I think that after we see that album come out, the world is going to be a lot more chaotic. Because a lot of her music, that's what I was saying, like Beyonce will show you something and then it'll happen. She will show you, a car flooding. She'll show you an image of a flood, and then it'll flood. She'll show you image of snow, and then it'll snow and, ice, and you know what I'm saying? Like, Beyonce has done this several times. She'll show you fire symbolism, and then there will be, a wildfire. Like, people just don't catch it. People just don't catch it. But I've been noticing with her ass, like, you got to be careful, because she will show you an image, and then in real life that image will manifest. So with the rock stuff, it's only a matter of time before, I think, again, people start to revolt and rebel, and I think that album will kick off that energy. With that being said, I thank you guys so much for being here tonight. I will be back for another live on Friday. Have a great day, you guys, or a great evening. Please be safe, eat well, sleep tight. Talk to me online somewhere. Find me online. I'm out here in these streets. You know where I be at. Links in the description. I have a website. I have a podcast. I'm on TikTok. I'm on IG. I'm here on YouTube. If you want to find me, you can find me. If you want to talk, I'm here. I appreciate you all. Please stay safe. I thank you for being here tonight. Good night.